Good morning and welcome to Thursday morning's adapted yoga session. Now I'm on the floor, but please feel free to sit on a chair because we are going to stand back up again. I have asked people to bring some spoons. If you put them in the fridge, not in the freezer, we don't want any facial burns. And we're going to do a bit of a facial massage with our spoons. You can also do these warm, but because it's quite a nice day and it's morning, we want to wake up our face. But if you wanted to do the same thing, you could dip them in warm water and do the same exercises overnight to help relax the face. So there's different ways of doing it. So first thing we're going to do is start off with a bit of cream or oil. I've just got oil. Nothing fancy, anything in your kitchen will do. And you're just going to place it on the face and the neck. So that you've covered everywhere. So it's got something slidey to lean against. It's not going to pull too much on the skin. I'm going to wipe my hands, otherwise it'll fall off I'll lose my spoons. So we're using the back of the spoons mainly. And if you hold them so that your fingers are kind of sitting, it gives a bit of pressure. So the first thing we're going to do is just to push, take it at the side of the nose, and you're pushing out and towards the ears. And this helps to open up the sinuses and also to work on our bags under our eyes. And we're doing about 8, 7, and 8. Then we're going to take it from the bottom and bring it up and out. Up along our laughter lines, up, around our bones and out. Up and out. Oh, got to turn that off. Then if we bring it around by the chin, take it out and push it up. So we're contouring around the chin and up. And then underneath our cheekbones, and we're just going to circle and again up. So underneath the cheekbones, circle and up. Now, hopefully that the side of your spoon isn't too sharp. You're going to sort of scrape your head. You can do it with a 2. You're scraping as if you're trying to scrape them frown wrinkles away. And then doing the same sort of thing with the outside edge, taking it up to the ears, taking it down and up. Going back up. And let's do one more. And these are just trying to wake up the skin. And also taking off all them dead layers. So we're going to take it down, turning the spoon again, taking it down into our lymph nodes, taking it from behind the ears. And bring it down. So hopefully now your face should feel quite electric, like it's got little pins going through it, and you can feel the blood rushing towards the face. And like I said, they're just nice. They should take about 5 minutes, shouldn't take too long, but just to get the face going in the morning. You can do them with your hands, cold spoons, warm spoons, anything you want. It's just again by bringing blood to the face. So we're going to bring ourselves up to standing. I'm going to turn my thing off because I know somebody will call. So bringing ourselves up to our standing position. And let's get ourselves ready for a bit of yoga. So we're going to do a diagonal cross with our head. So bringing our right hand onto our head, taking our feet underneath our hips, turning our other hand down. We can breathe in to look up to our elbow and breathe out to look down to the other side. Breathing in to look up and out to look down. One more. Bringing it back to centre. Let's try the other side. So breathing in, up. Breathing out, down. And centre. So we're going to do a diagonal turn now. If you need to, have a chair. I forgot to bring my chair in today. So turning it round. Turn the body so that you're over your leg. You can bend the knees if you want to. Tucking the chin in, roll down. Now remember, if you've got a bad back, you want to keep that back nice and straight. If you've got blood pressure problems, you don't want to take the head below your heart. So you'd keep your head up rather than taking it down. You'll still feel that stretch through the back. You can bend the knees if that makes it a little bit easier on the spine for you. And then we're going to breathe back in to bring it back up. So we're taking it to the other side, turning the body, letting the body come down. Remember, do whatever feels better for you. I'll keep it as if it's for high blood pressure, diabetes. And back upwards. And remember, listen to your own body. If something doesn't feel right, especially in that lower back region, come back out of it. Don't take it too low. Breathe in, bring it back up. Let's change side one more time. As you're coming back up, breathing in. Change sides. As you notice that knee that's straight is pointing the same direction as the toes, both knees are. The hips, you're trying to pull round, they may want to pull back. Breathe in, come back up. Bring it back. So we're going to take it into our back bend. Again, we're turning that foot out, one facing forward. We're again trying to pull that hip round as much as it can go. Place the hand on the head, look into the elbow, hand onto the back. It's the back that goes forward, the elbow lifts, not that the neck goes back. So push the hips forward, breathe in, lift the elbow, but make sure that there's no stress on the neck. Try and push the front of your neck towards your elbow. And bring it back up, taking the hand away. Changing sides. So we're breathing in as we're pushing the hips, lifting the elbow. We breathe out at this point. We breathe in at this point. And as we breathe out again, bring ourselves back up. One more time. Breathing in. Bringing it back round. So we're going to take it into caterpillar. Be aware of your spine. We're trying to make the spine move as much as it can. So, but do whatever you feel better for your back. If you find that you can't, from here, you can't get that movement, it doesn't matter. We're taking the feet apart, bending the knees. We're tilting the pelvis down so that the bum's sticking up. We're pulling the shoulders back to increase that spine stretch. We're taking it down. We're then dropping and curling and rolling back up again. As we get to the top, we stick the bum out, the shoulders back. We breathe out, go down. We curl and let ourselves come back up again. Curling back up. It's time to bring in the knees and the hips, the shoulders and the chest now. Let's do one more. Bring it back up. So we're going to take it into Riche position now. If you can't get to the floor, you can always have your blocks. I'm going to make it quite a big block for me. You're going to breathe in, lift the arms up, feet facing forward, breathe out, take the hands down to the floor or the block. You're going to bring your right hand and place it on your back, and as you breathe in, you're going to twist backwards. If you wanted, you could lift that arm up, but it makes that twist an awful lot more. So again, watch that back. Breathe out, bring it back down. Breathe in, twist to the other side. Breathe out, bring it down, bend the knees, breathe in, lift up. Let's do it again. Breathe out. Start with the left hand this time. Breathe in, twist. Breathe out, return. Breathe in, twist. Breathe out, return. Bend the knees. Breathe in, lift up. Lovely. So we're going to bring ourselves over onto one foot. If you need to, hold the wall. You're going to draw a circle with the foot, or you can lift it up and take it round. It depends on what you want to do. I'm going to stay with my foot on the floor. That anybody watching later feel that they want to stay with me, they can. And we're going to do it 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to change side, move the weight over. So we're still working, even though we're not working the left leg we're standing on. It is working. All the muscles are working in the leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring it back in. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, yeah, texture. So, with our toes, we're going to try and come up onto our tiptoe. We're then going to see if we can lift the heel of the other foot and come back down. Lift and come back down. I'll do it the other way. So the one tip toes up, we're coming up and back down. Up and back down. And then we're going to change sides. So we're coming up onto the tiptoe on one, and then just seeing if we can push up onto the tiptoe of the other one. You could always do this double toes if you wanted, but as this is adapted yoga, I've adapted it. And bring it down. So from here we're going to just push back and give ourselves into a little calf stretch, stretching from the front, and then we're going to move back into an Achilles stretch. So we're sitting back, we're moving forward, pushing the knee back, and then bending that back knee, straightening the front knee. Pushing the front knee forward, the back knee back, bending the back knee, straightening the front. Straightening the back knee, bending the front, reversing. Now we'll do one more. And then we're going to bring ourselves up and change sides. So stepping the foot back, push forward, bending the front knee, pushing the back knee back. Reverse it, bend the back knee, straighten the front leg. Reverse, reverse, as if you're walking. That's one. And come up, bring it in. Give your legs, give your arms a little shake. We're taking it into sun salutation now. Again, I haven't got my chair, so I am going onto the floor today, but I'm still going to adapt it from the floor. So we bring ourselves to the front of our mat. Bring our feet in line with our hips. Engage our thighs, our inside thighs, our pelvic floor. Shoulders back and down. Hands together in prayer. Pushing away from the body. Lift them if you want to. It's up to you. I'm going to keep them here. Shoulders down, but pushing. Pull everything in. Pelvic floor, abdominals. What do you want? Breathe in, lift, reach back. Breathe out. Bring the hands down towards the floor or a block if you need to. Let the head drop forward if you can. You can't lift it. Keep it in line with the heart. We're going to come into a half bend. We're straightening our legs but not locking them. We can use our hands against our thighs to push our chest forward. Pull our shoulders back, tuck our chin in, pull our belly in, nice straight back. Imagine putting a tray on there. We can bend the knees, hands go down, step back with our right foot. If you need to, take that knee down, push forward. If you can, you come up to the leg, you can hold it here. Take the hands down, take the knee back, tuck the toes if you can. See if you can bounce onto your toes to keep that spring in your step. Push with the fingers. Walk the heels one at a time towards the floor. Remember, if you've got blood pressure problems, but you can get into it, just try and keep the head lifted so that again it's in line with the heart. Come forward into a plank, squeezing the stomach. You can drop them knees, bend the elbows back, bring the chest down, untuck the toes, push to cobra or to sphinx. Think about the neck. The neck's more important than anything else. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, back into tabletop. Again, spring if you can to down dog. We're going to bring ourselves back down onto our knees. We're going to grab hold of our left foot and place it between our hands, and if we need to, we can always put our hands then back onto our block. Pushing forward. Again, you can lift up. You can lift up if you want. We bring our hands back to the block or the floor. Lift up, step in. Let our head drop into a forward bend or lifted. Bend the knees. Breathe in, lift up. Here we go again. Breathe out. Take it forward. Breathe in. Look forward. Breathe out. Take the left foot back. Breathe in. Lift up. Breathe out. Into down dog. Breathe in, come up onto your tiptoes, and as you breathe out, roll forward into plank. Breathe in, lift to cobra, elbows in by the body, shoulders down. Breathe out, back to down dog. Breathe in. You could bring the knees down or lift the leg up. Breathe out. Step the foot through. Breathe in. Lift the arms to wherever you feel you want to. Breathe out. Step it back into a forward bend. And breathe in. Reach back. Breathe out. Bring it down. Lovely. Now let's take it into bent knee triangle. We'll move in and out of this. You're going to take your feet wide. Remember, if it's too wide, you can always bring them in. Turn the foot out. Now you want the bottom part of the body. Let me just drop that down a little so you can see my hips. And this is my head. So the bottom part of the hips stay forward. You don't want them turning around to the right. You're bending the knee and making sure that the knee stays in line with the foot. It doesn't roll inwards. If it does, you can keep your hand on it. From here, we're going to bring the elbow and place it down on the leg. We can take the other hand behind the back. You can lift it up and bring it over your head, whatever feels okay for you, but I'm keeping it down. Again, blood pressure or shoulder problems. We're going to try and keep the knee here, but we're going to lift ourselves up. And again, you can lift the arm if you want, or you can just bring it to there and lean back, look up. Breathe out, lean forward, bring the elbow back down. Breathe in, lean back to warrior, to reverse warrior. So breathe out, take it down. Breathe in, reach it back. And we're moving the head at the same time. We're breathing out, we're looking behind, We're breathing in. We're looking to the front or even up. Let's do one more. And bring it back. Straighten that knee. Turn it back in. Let's try the other side. So turn the foot out. Keep the hips facing forward. Bend the knee. Make sure it doesn't roll out. Take the hands by the hips or take the hand out long. Reach out. Bring the elbow down. Twist and look up to the ceiling. Making sure the knee stays where it's supposed to stay. We're going to lift up. We're looking forward. Again, we're pushing and we're kind of bending backwards. We're going to breathe out. And we're going to breathe in. Here we go. And then we're going to bring it down. Bring ourselves back to central. Lovely. So we're going to do a twist. Now again, be very careful if you've got back problems. We're going to again bring the knees and hold the knees where they are. So that the only thing that's moving is our waist. The legs don't move at all. So with this, you're going to turn towards the bent leg, the right leg. Take the left hand, place it on the leg, and take your right hand and place it on your back. Now this is as far as I'm going to go with this. You can take it down, you can lift the arms, there's lots of things you can do. But I'm going to stay here, thinking about lifting this back elbow, but also keeping that hand on that area of the back where if there's a problem, we'll feel it. Also, be very aware about your knees. If you've got knee problems, the more you twist, the more pressure it puts on the knee and the hip. So again, thinking about these before you move. But we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move in and out. So we're going to bring ourselves back out. And we can take our arms out. As we breathe out, we're going to wrap ourselves. So see if we can look behind. We're breathing in. We're unwrapping ourselves. We're breathing out. We're wrapping ourselves. We're trying to do it nice and slow. Thinking all the time, how do my knees like this? How do my hips like this? What about my neck? What about my lower back, my shoulders? Is it okay? And then we're going to drop the arms, straighten the knee, bring it back round. So we'll try the other side. So we're turning out, we're bending the knee, we're turning our body as far as we can go round. Bringing the opposite hand down onto the leg, the same hand or left hand down onto the back. We're looking behind. Hold it for a sec. Just sort of getting used to the position. See, and I mean, even that neck turn, you'll feel as soon as you turn the neck, it goes right down to this lower part of the spine. So you may not want to turn the neck. Now we're going to bring ourselves back out, and we're going to think about moving. So here we go, breathing out. Breathing in. And bring it back to the front. Turn the foot in. Walk the legs in. Give yourself a little shake. So we're going to take it into a chair flow. We're tilting the pelvis back. We're sitting down. Now this is similar to what we do, well, it's exactly the same as what we do on a Tuesday, but we usually have the chair underneath us. So you're keeping your knees in line with your hips. You're not letting them come out or go together. You're tilting the pelvis up, pulling the shoulders back, tucking the chin in, so that you're starting to work that back. We can have our hands on our hips. We're going to breathe in and lift up and push back. And we're going to breathe out and sit back. Breathing in and breathing out, sitting back, remembering to move this pelvis, bending the knees as much as we can. The pelvis tilts and goes forward, it tilts back and goes down. If you want, like I said, keep your hands on your hips, on them bones, and then think about tilting them as you're coming up and down. Tilt. And now you don't even have to think about your breathing. Your breathing should naturally, as you go to here, should naturally want to push out. Your breathing should naturally, as you're coming to here, it should be as if the diaphragm's pulling down, it's trying to suck air in. At this point, the diaphragm is being pushed up, so it's pushing the air out. So it's all working naturally without you even having to think about breathing. Just move and let this movement work your lungs. And we're going to do one more. Now, again, haven't got my chair today, so I'm going to take you down in a different way. We're going to bend our knees and bring our hands down to the floor. Again, if you've got blood pressure, keep looking forward. If you can't get to the floor without getting back up the floor, don't do it if you haven't got a chair. Stepping the foot back, take one knee down. If you've got a bad knee, don't take that knee down. Just roll yourself onto your bum. And we'll do the same thing when we're coming back out. I'll get you back off the floor. So we're going to take ourselves into elbow plank. Now with elbow plank, I'm going to change that round so that it's easy to see on the floor. Now with elbow plank, you may want extra cushioning, extra padding underneath your elbows to stop them from hurting too much. You can either use a cushion or a pillow, you can roll up your mat, you can get a towel, a blanket, anything you want to put down to make it a little bit easier. You don't have to get yourself off the floor either. So I'm going to put that down because it is a bit of a killer on the floor for my elbows. So you're bringing the elbows underneath your shoulders, hands down. Now, obviously this is no good for me. Yes, there, I can do it that way. Now you can have it as a fist, you can have your hands flat, it doesn't matter. You're tucking your toes under and you're trying to lift your knees off the floor. Now for some people, just lifting the knees off the floor and having yourself in this position is hard enough. So what you're going to do is to have the knees down, you can make it a little bit harder by lifting your bum off the floor. Squeezing the stomach muscles, pulling the shoulders back, holding it here. I haven't got that underneath my shoulders. You can always take one foot up, you can always take the other foot up. But as it's adapted, I'm staying here. Squeeze them stomach muscles in, squeeze the pelvic floor in. Pull the shoulders back and down. Tuck the chin in. And then drop the hips. Take the elbows out to the side. Let the head drop down. And this is a nice relaxation. We're going to do it again, so I don't want to push you out of it. I want to keep you in this position until we do it the second one. So again, we're bringing our elbows underneath our shoulders. Shoulders are pulling back. We're pulling our stomach muscles in, tucking our toes, pushing into our knees, lifting our bum off the floor. Tucking our chin in, shoulder blades are kind of pulling apart as if someone's grabbing them. They're not tightening at the front, they're not tightening at the back. Remember, you can always try lifting one knee at a time. Or both knees. But make sure you don't let your hips drop, that you're lifting and working that stomach muscle, that bum. And relax down. Turn the arms out, let the head relax. So we're going to roll ourselves over onto our side. And keep your pillow there, everyone. You can place your hands in your head. Straighten the bottom leg. Take that top leg or your right leg, left leg and place it over the top. Flex the bottom leg and you're going to try and lift it off the floor. This is working the inner thighs, but you'll also feel it pulling on your waist. If it's your right leg that's lifting, you'll feel it pulling on the right waist. You can hold it here if you want. Or you can just take it up and down, whatever feels nicer for you. And working these side muscles, these are the things that again help to stabilise the spine and the hips to stop us getting lower backache. We're going to bring it down and we're going to change sides. So I'm going to spin round, do it backwards. So head in your hands, the bottom leg, left leg straight, the right leg now comes over on the top, foot flat on the floor. You can keep it that side if it doesn't want to go, it doesn't like it. It's more about lifting the foot. Flex the foot, the bottom foot, the left foot. Again, you can pulse it, you can hold it, you can lift it up and down. It's completely up to you what you do with this leg, how you move it. And then bringing it down. So let's do one more on each side. And changing. And then roll yourself over onto your back. We're going to do a leg exercise but also a stomach one at the same time. Always good. So you can hold onto your mat if you find that's easier. Place your hands on the floor. You're going to bring your right foot in towards your chest. So bending it in. Pointing the toe. Stick it up. Flex the foot. Bring it down. Point the left toe, slide it in, bring it up, flex it, bring it down. Now, if when you're going down, it hurts your lower back, so as you get to here, it's like, no. Bend the knee, bring it down and push it down to the floor. Don't injure your back. Don't have any pressure on your back whatsoever. We're going to do 5 on one leg, 5 on the other. Here we go. Pointing. And flexing, pointing and flexing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're going to see if we can reverse it. We're going to flex it and bring it up, point it and push it down. And again, if you find that as you're lifting it, it's like, bend the knee, then bring it down, or you can hold it. Okay, 5 on one, 5 on the other. Flex it, bring it up, point it, bring it down. Flex it and point it. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And relax. I'm going to get you to roll over onto your belly again. And we're going to stretch the front of the leg. We've done everywhere else. We've got to do the front. So we're coming up onto our elbows into a half bend. So stretching. The minute we do this, we start to stretch this area here. We're going to stretch a little bit further. You're bringing your foot up. You're grabbing hold if you can. And you're pushing your foot down towards your bum. This is a frog pose. Ooh, getting ever so hot in here now. And then we're going to take it down and we're going to try the other side. So bringing it up, and we're going to try and pull our foot towards our bum. Now it probably won't go towards your bum, that doesn't matter. It shouldn't really be going towards the bum anyway, it'll be going past the bum eventually. If you can't, you get your hand to it, get a rope and stick that round it, a band. And let's do it one more time. Now your hand should kind of fit eventually into the top of here, and it goes just to the outside edge of your bum. But as soon as you do that, you'll feel it stretching through the front of the thigh, but also that lower back. And our last one. Using that front hand to kind of push your back up, your chest up. And bringing it down. So from here we're going to push ourselves up onto our knees, walk our knees in a little, and then see, keeping our legs, our knees open, but see if we can get our toes to touch, pushing ourselves down and trying to wiggle our chest and our belly between our legs. We can have a pillow to put our head on, or a cushion, trying to get our head down to the floor. If you can, you take the arms and let them go behind. You're letting the shoulders roll in. If the forehead is on the floor but your nose is being squashed, you can always turn your head to one side. Now, child is always seen as the relaxation, but in this, you're doing a forward bend. We were just doing a back bend, and now we've gone into a forward bend. We're relaxing them thighs, but still stretching the knees and the lower part of the foot. We're letting our shoulders pull forward to relax the back. And you'll feel a stretch all the way through the spine. We're bringing our hands under our shoulders. We're going to tuck our chin in and lift ourselves up. And if we can, we bring ourselves onto our bum. Now we're going to take ourselves into cross leg. We're going to do our relaxation from here. So if you need to, if you find that when you're sitting, your spine starts to go like this. If you sit yourself on a cushion, on a block, it'll kind of tilt the pelvis forward so that it drops forward, and it'll keep you, stops you from kind of in that position. Keeps you up a little bit higher. Some people might need a big one, you know, to put an extra up on top. It's up to you, whichever you do, doesn't matter. As long as you feel comfortable and you don't squash down too far. So we'll start with one leg crossed and taking the other leg out. Now again, if you need to, if your leg's right up here, you might want to put a block under the leg. If that still feels too much, take it out, get onto a chair, put your feet out, let them drop out to the side, but don't let your body collapse in. Make sure that you're still sitting up nice and straight. If you can cross your legs, cross your legs. Letting the shoulders drop down. So we're going to think about our root chakra. So right at the bottom down here. And this is kind of, it's just at the tip of the spine. So it's where the spine starts. And this colour is red. It's a bright, warming red colour, and we want to see it down at the bottom. So I want you just to close your eyes and think about the area just down here. This deals with all your legs, your knees, your ankles, feet. Deals with the anus and the urethra, so it's everything coming out of the body, getting rid of all the rubbish. It's our grounding, it's our connection to our family, to our parents, it's where we come from. And now feeling our connection with the ground, so if you want you can place your hands on the floor. So that every extremity is feeling the ground, the earth. Now I want you to imagine as you're breathing in, beautiful silvery connection, a thread comes from the earth. And it's winding its way round your ankles, your hips, around your fingers, and it's grounding you, pulling you down and holding you to the ground. Another silvery thread attaches itself to the base of your spine. And as you're breathing in, I want you to imagine all these beautiful greens, reds, blues, pinks, as if there's flowers growing all around you. Going around your hands, going around your feet, around your knees, your hips. And a feeling of connection to the earth, to the trees, to the flowers, the grass, the rivers. And as you're breathing in, it's as if the flowers of nature start to penetrate into the body. And from that red base, you feel it becoming orange as it moves up, and yellows, to greens, purples, blue, all the way to the top of the head. And this white thread, silvery thread, comes out from the top of your head and showers you with flowers. And along these seats, flowers pop out all over you. Feeling that connection to the earth, feeling that warmth of the earth. Feeling it get into every joint, through the ankles and the knees and the hips, and it's as if they start to melt and become like vines on a tree. They just become bendy. The body stood up straight, the spine is like a great oak, keeping us upright. And we're going to silently thank the earth for everything it gives us, our food, our water, our oxygen. And as we breathe out, all that silvery blue light in through the head passes down into a purple, down to the throat to blue, down through the heart to green, down through the stomach to yellow, down through the solar plex and the orange, back down to our grapefruit. And the thread starts to loosen from our fingers and our wrists. And it starts to loosen from our toes and our knees and our hips. And we take a big breath in, reaching the arms up towards the sky to thank the sun for the warmth, for helping everything to grow. And breathing out, bringing our arms around ourselves and give ourselves a thanks for just being us. Bring the hands back out. Let your head just roll. Let the shoulders circle. If the knees are bent, bring them together and give them a hug. Straighten them out and give them a shake. I'm going to thank you, but I'm also going to bring you up to standing. So, to bring ourselves to standing from on the floor if we haven't got a chair. If you've got bad knees, then using a padding, bring it under your good knee, come up onto your good knee, foot down, push, bring the foot under, bend the knees, let the head drop down, roll up. Yep, on the camera. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that. And like I said, try with different things. I'm going to turn these off for your chat. Screen share. Yeah.